This thing cost me $10 to make. It was one 2x8 and then a couple of scrap pieces of 2x4 I had laying around, and it's easier to make than you would think. In this video, I'm gonna show you step by step how to make this exact shelf, and this thing will sell, because this is awesome. Go ahead, make this, sell it, let us know what you think. Let's start the video. You really only need one 2x8 and then some other small pieces of scrap. So we went ahead and we squared up these edges on the 2x8. We just ran it through the table saw. So now the width of this is 6 3/4 inches wide. That's enough, because our shelves on this project are gonna be 3 inches wide, so that's enough. But first things first, we gotta take this over to the miter saw. We got a new miter saw. It's beautiful. We still need a miter station. This is our old workbench, but isn't this, it's gorgeous. We're gonna do our first cut. You get to see that, so we'll get to that. But we need our 3 cuts first. One at 36 inches, one at 28 inches, and one at 20 inches. All right, first cut on the new miter saw. Look at that. It's got the little thingy there, so you can, very nice. All right, we're cutting it 36 inches. Here we go. Wow, that thing's got some power to it. Very nice. We've had a dull blade for like 3 years. Wow, look at that. There's no burn marks on it. That's crazy. We should have gotten a new miter saw a long time ago. Guys, if you want to pick this up, no, I'm kidding. Next cut is, what did I say, 28 degrees? All right, 28 degrees.
Inches.
What did I say, degrees?
Yeah.
It's cold out here, man. All right, 28 inches. 28 inches. Still working with inches. Am I about to be like a professional woodworker after just like getting one saw upgrade? Last one at 20 inches, and then we'll keep this cut out. So we've got one at 20, one at 28, one at 36, and then one cut off, which we are keeping. Yeah, 1.5 inches. All right, keep this, because this will be for later. And then if you've got some like 2x4 scraps, 2x8 scraps, just grab those now. I've got this piece, which is kind of crappy, but it'll do. So grab some scraps, and we'll let you know how much you need then. You're gonna take those 3 pieces that you just cut and take them over to the table saw, set your rip fence 3 1/4 inch away from the blade, and then rip all those in half. While I'm here, I'm gonna cut the smaller cutoff piece as well, same exact way. And then this other piece that I had here, same thing. I'm gonna be honest, I don't know exactly how much I'm gonna need of this extra piece yet, but we'll let you know. This might be okay. I know that I'm gonna need 12 of those little angled pieces that connect the shelves. And those are gonna be about 3.5, 4 inches. Haven't decided yet, but let's see, maybe 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I don't know. Might be good, but I'll let you know the exact measurements and everything else you need to cut later on in the video. All right, we've got all those cut. We've got these fun little scrap pieces. These are perfect for fire starting, so definitely keep these, and we're gonna make sure that we throw these away, because we never actually have fires. We keep so much scrap wood, we're like, we're gonna have a huge fire, and we just never do. And then when we do have a fire, we go buy firewood, so I don't know, guys, but we've got all these cut. These 4 pieces are shelf thingies, so we'll put those aside for now, and we'll get to showing you how this is gonna look. So you got your 20-inch piece up here. You've got your 28-inch piece here, 36-inch piece here, 36-inch piece here, 28-inch piece here, and 20-inch piece here. Now we need those angled pieces. These pieces are gonna be cut at an angle, so they come in like that. So in order to do that, we gotta figure out exactly how high we need each of these pieces to be. And we're gonna cut all these at a 22.5 degree angle. So the way I'm gonna get that angle for you is do a little guess and check, and then I'll let you know. Okay, so I'm cutting one of those scrap pieces at 22.5 degrees. That's gonna be the angle. So that's my first step here. My goodness, that thing cuts like butter. It's just beautiful. So now we're gonna bring this over to just any of our pieces. So the distance between our shelves are gonna be 4 inches. So we've measured between this shelf and this shelf, it's 4 inches. So now we're just gonna line this one up right here, and then eyeball it from here, make a line, and that's gonna be our cut. Need a pencil, just gonna eyeball it This piece does not have to be perfect, whatever size it is. You just need to make sure that all of your pieces are this size. So I'm gonna get this cut on the line, and then I'll let you know exactly how long all the pieces need to be. So we're gonna make another cut, same piece of wood, same angle, but it's gonna be a parallelogram. So those two angles are gonna be parallel. All right. That's our piece. We need 12 of these. So the measurement on these pieces from tip to tip diagonally is 5 1/4. The length from that pointy tip down to this obtuse angle right here is 4 5/16 inches long. You can make them 4 1/4 inches long. It's just gonna make the distance between your shelves a tiny bit less than 4 inches, but that's fine. But once you've got one, you can go ahead and set up a stop block on your miter saw and get the rest cut out. So your finished product is gonna look a little something like this. Our bench isn't big enough to share the whole thing. So how we're gonna actually glue it together is we're gonna take one of the shelves and then 2 of the angled pieces, and we're gonna glue those together at a time. So we're gonna do all that for all 6 of the pieces, and then once we have all these glued up and dried, then we can put all together. It'll be way easier to put all together if we do these individually first. I'm gonna angle both the pieces so they're coming inward, and we're gonna line each piece up to the edge. Gonna give it a little bit of glue on the end grain, and since it's end grain, make sure that you rub it in. Then we're gonna put it against this piece here. So you're gonna wanna use 2.5 inch brad nails or screws. You can use 3 inch if you want, but 2.5 inch will be fine. And you're just gonna go ahead, hold that together, and brad nail it in. It helps if you have another person, but you don't need it. Put it at a little bit of an angle. Now do this with all your shelves the same exact way, all 6 of them, same exact way. Then we'll come back, we'll put it all together. Make sure you guys are wiping your glue after you put each piece together, because there is going to be a lot of extra glue, because you want to make sure that end grain is nice and covered. So we put them all together, and then we went ahead and sanded them all down so they're looking great. We've lined them up just like this so you guys can see all the pieces laid out. So now the fun part, we get to put together. So to do that, you're gonna take one of your 20-inch pieces and one of your 28-inch pieces, and you're gonna work on those first. Put the rest aside for now. And basically, all we're gonna do is attach those there. So the easiest way to do this is to find the middle of both of these pieces, and then you're gonna mark them, line up those middle, and glue them together. We're gonna go to this bottom one, and we're gonna line the middle up to our speed square right here, and stop once you get to the middle. Then we're gonna shift this one over until that mark is on the middle as well. Now I'm just gonna draw a line connecting these 2 pieces, so when I put the glue on, I know exactly where those are going back, and I don't have to go and line these up with the speed square again. So let's get some glue on these. You don't need a ton of glue on these because we're gonna screw these in as well, but a little bit of glue never hurt anyone. Now that we've got those lined up, carefully, we're gonna clamp these together and be double check and make sure that that line doesn't move. We're gonna go ahead and we're gonna drill 2 screws into these sides right here. Now we're gonna use 2 1/4 inch screws to screw into these pieces. There we have it, there's one. Now we're gonna take the 36-inch piece and we're gonna find the middle of that as well. And we've already got the middle of this piece, and we're just doing that exact same thing. Line up those 2 center pieces. Go ahead and mark those lines. Same thing, glue them, clamp them, screw them in. All right, and half of your half of your shelf is done. So that's half of it. Now just go ahead and do that exact same thing with the 3 other pieces. Then we'll come back and we will get all of it put together. All right, we've got both of our pieces done. They're looking nice. So now we got to get the whole thing together. So it's pretty simple how to do that. We're gonna glue it and then we're gonna screw it. And I know that sounds weird, how we gonna screw these together, but I'll show you. The first thing we need to do though is glue these 2 end grains together. Put a healthy amount of glue on each end grain. Make sure that you really get that glue soaked into that end grain there. So I'm just gonna push these together and out they're glued, clamp them up, let them sit for a while, and then we'll put a screw in it. A little bit of pressure there. We'll come back and fix up that angle once we get this one. So we're basically making our own pocket holes here. If you want to go ahead and pocket hole these before, That would be very smart, but we didn't think that far ahead. So we're just gonna go ahead and make our own pocket holes. So in the top one on one side, we're gonna probably go about, I don't know, 3/4 inches up. Start screwing in just a little bit till you got a hole there. And then you can go sideways. Screw all the way down. And now we're just gonna sink a screw through there. There it is. It's good. Can I get any closer? Fish over tricks woodworking. All right, we're gonna let this sit for a while and let that glue dry and everything. Then we're gonna sand it. These edges where those joint, those need some work. So we're gonna sand the heck out of that. But yeah, we'll let this dry for, probably like, I don't know, maybe like an hour, because we really don't need to let it dry too long, because we did put those screws in there. But we'll let it dry for a while. Then we'll go ahead, sand it up, stain it up, get it on the wall, get it on Facebook Marketplace, and yeah, we'll be done. We're using some golden oak stain. It'll be linked to the products below if you want to do that as well. But yeah, just gonna go ahead and lay it down and stain it. We got this like $20 green grass for outside, which we can just lay down over our workbench. What we're staining, guys, I just want to say thank you so much for all the support over the past year. We took a long break and we got back to making videos about 3 or 4 months ago, and we can't thank you enough for subscribing, liking, and just commenting all the nice things you do. You guys are amazing. I love the community we've built here, and I just want to say again, thank you so much for all the success in 2024. This is our first video in 2025, and we can't wait to show you some of the cool things we got going on. But yeah, back to the staining. All right, guys, here it is. This thing is awesome. This is way better than I ever expected to come out. I love this stain. Again, we'll put it in the description if you want to do this exact project, but we're gonna put it up in our apartment for now because we really like it and it looks really cool and we need something. But we are gonna try to sell this. $200 is gonna be our price for this. This is just based on other shelves that we've sold in the past and the amount of time it went into making it. Obviously, it's not a lot of wood to make, but it definitely is a time-consuming project. We had to build it over a couple days, make sure all the glue dried and everything. So $200 is what we're gonna sell it for. But if it doesn't sell, that is A-okay by us, because this thing looks awesome. Even if it does sell, we'll probably just make another for ourselves. But that's it, guys. Thank you so much for watching. If you liked it, make sure you like, comment, subscribe. Comment down below any other videos you'd like us to make, and I will see you in the next one. Guys, if you like that video, click right here. You can watch me almost burn down my shop, or you can click right here to watch 100 woodworking projects.